One of the things you learn when you become a wig wearer is there are 100 different ways to be a wig wearer. And sometimes we have got to get a little creative to make wigs work for our own personal needs. I recently had a wig sister ask me what would happen if she cut the ear tabs off of her wig because she was struggling with them. So today we're going to do a little experiment. I've got an old wig here, and we're going to talk about the reasons why you might want to cut ear tabs off of a wig that has ear tabs, what might happen if you do, and what the benefit could be if you're brave enough to try it. My name is Denise. I'm also known as Hey Wig Sister on Instagram and Facebook, and I clearly suffer from hair loss. Yes, I do buzz my hair, but I have been suffering from hair loss since I was in my early 20s, and I'm closer to 54 than I am to 53 right now. And I have been wearing wigs since 2018, so for almost 7 years. And I love sharing videos that will help my fellow wig sisters. So whether you are brand new to wigs or a seasoned wig wearer, I'm so glad that you're here. And this is a really important topic because one of the challenges on the wig journey is how do we make it our own? How do we make wigs work for our own unique needs? Because you get a wig that's made generically just off the shelf and it doesn't always work for everyone. And so finding ways to make these wigs work, well, it's where my heart and soul is in helping my wig sister community. So I'm really excited to have the opportunity to talk about this today. Before we dive into the ear tab dilemma, I humbly ask you to help me reach more wig sisters by engaging with this video. When you hit the like button, when you subscribe, when you comment, all of those things help another woman find the help that she needs by recommending this video. So YouTube will value this video only if you value this video. Watching it all the way through, hitting the like button, leaving a comment, and subscribing, all of those things make a way bigger difference than you can ever imagine. And I would be so grateful if you would do any or all of those things on this video. All right, let's talk about it. So this is an old wig. This is John Renault January. I don't know what the color is. If I can find what the color is, I will put it in the description box below. This is really old. It's kind of ratty, so do not judge a brand new January by this one. I hang on to old ratty wigs for things like this because there's no better way to learn how to work with wigs than to work with wigs, and we often don't want to ruin a brand new wig. So let's throw this January on, and she has seen better days for sure. But I thought this would be the perfect wig to cut an ear tab off so that we can talk about why, well, first of all, why ear tabs even exist and why you might want to lose the ear tabs for your own personal needs and preferences. For the sake of time, I did cut one of these ear tabs off already, and we will cut the other one off together. But let me tell you about ear tabs. Most wigs have some sort of ear tab, but not all wigs. All the major name brand wigs, so when I say major name brand, I'm referring to John Renault, Raquel Welch, Ellen Villa, Estetica, Tressalure, all of those major name brands have ear tabs. And so the ear tab is just this little flap right here that generally kind of comes down and covers your hairline. A well-fitting wig will have an ear tab that sort of clears your ear and sits just slightly in front of it so that you can get the best coverage possible for all the bio hair that may or may not exist on your head right here. So when a wig fits really well, you shouldn't be able to see a ton of that bio hair right there. For some people like me, I don't mind my bio hair showing. I actually think it helps with realism. And since I do have some bio hair, I do like to use it. So you can see all of this is buzzed, and I leave this right here so that I can blend with my wigs. Because I have such profound hair loss, I don't ever leave the house without something on my head. And so there really is no reason for me to have all this hair. I actually have a whole series of videos where I talk about buzzing my hair, the pros and cons of buzzing. I can link that series below if you are in a position right now where you've maybe thought about just buzzing all of your hair off. there are pros and cons to doing that, and I talk about that a lot in that series. For me, when I first started buzzing my hair, I lost all of this. I just buzzed it all. Over the years, I've learned what works for me, and now I know I like to blend this. So for me, ear tabs, and let me actually show you the ear tab inside the cap too. For me, ear tabs are not critical for my wig wearing success. So that's an ear tab. You can see it kind of comes down right here. Sometimes there's hair sewn in on the ear tab. Sometimes the lace goes all the way to the ear tab. In this case, this is extended lace and it goes all the way to the ear tab. But sometimes it ends, the lace maybe ends right at the ear tab. There can be lots and lots of different ways that this is constructed. But in general, that's what an ear tab is. And there's usually some sort of a stay in it, maybe a metal stay that's a little bit bendable. And the whole point of that metal stay is to help you get a real secure fit and good coverage where that ear tab falls. So when you put your wig on and then you've got that ear tab, kind of hard to adjust when one side doesn't have an ear tab right now, then what I can do is I can take that and I can kind of squeeze in that metal stay to bend in that ear tab and hug the side of my head. So a huge benefit of ear tabs is coverage on the sides. But another benefit of ear tabs is it does help get a little bit more of a secure fit. So having this ear tab over here is hugging my head in a way that no ear tab, because I've already cut it off over here, doesn't do. So if you find that a wig isn't fitting you great, maybe it's really big on you, having a little bit of an ear tab there can really help with a little bit more of a secure fit. On the flip side though, if you're finding wigs generally run really small on you, maybe you have a little bit of larger head measurements than kind of the average size wig cap, the ear tabs can actually cause a little bit of pain, can create a little bit of tightness, and can make the wig a little bit more uncomfortable. Another challenge that you might face with ear tabs is if you are a glasses wearer. So depending on how the wig fits you, if these ear tabs fall really low down, let's just say you're really small over the top of your head here, and so that wig is sitting like maybe even covering your ears a little bit, then that ear tab isn't going to give you much clearance to fit a glasses arm in there. So ear tabs can be a challenge sometimes for glasses wearers, if you wear hearing aids. All of that might be a reason why you don't like your ear tabs, and you've maybe even considered losing them. So let's talk about what happened when I cut this ear tab off and kind of what I'm experiencing with that. So I grabbed a pair of glasses so I can demonstrate. Remember, this side has the ear tab. This side does not have the ear tab. And so you can see there's a lot of space there. So when I throw glasses on, I'm having to tuck the glasses arm underneath that ear tab. And over here, I'm just putting the glasses on because I don't have to worry about that. If this wig were a lot larger on me, then the ear tab would fall lower and I would really struggle to get the glasses arm in there. And even though I can do it over time, it's going to start to pinch in here. And so wearing glasses for a long period of time with ear tabs, especially if that wig doesn't fit you great, might be uncomfortable. Whereas on this side, it was no issue at all. Now, you can see my bio hair does not blend with this color. That is not a really big deal. You can always blend your bio hair with root touch-up powder. I have videos where I talk about that. I blend my bio hair even with ear tabs, and I'm usually using some sort of root touch-up powder. And so the color of your hair isn't as important as whether or not you have hair. If you have no bio hair or barely any, not enough to blend with a wig, then you want to keep those ear tabs on there because you need that coverage. Without that ear tab and no bio hair, you're going to see that you don't have bio hair here. You're going to look a little bald right here. And that's one of the things we're trying to cover with wigs. And so I think rule number one with whether or not you should consider cutting your ear tabs off is, can you blend bio hair with it? Even if it takes root touch-up powder. If you've got bio hair, then you may be able to consider losing that ear tab. If you don't, then this video is no longer relevant to you because you definitely need to keep those ear tabs there. So I have cut the ear tab off here. You can see I can tuck this really easily. If I had the right hair color right here, it would be such a seamless transition. You would not be able to tell. It would look super, super natural. Whereas on this side, I can still tuck it, but it's a lot bulkier over here. And all wigs are going to fit a little bit differently. They're going to have a little bit more hair, less hair. And so it's just going to be different. It may not be unnatural, but it's just going to be different on that side versus on this side. I'm going to have no issue wearing glasses all day long without the ear tab. I'm going to have no, if you wear glasses and a hearing aid, then getting rid of that bulk is going to be huge for you. But here's a con, a potential con. The wig is a little looser on my head because I don't have as much material down here. It's not hugging my head like it was on this side. For me, that's common because wigs generally run big on me. So I just wear a wig grip with my wigs. So you might consider, if you don't currently wear a wig grip, you might have to throw a wig grip on to help hold that wig on your head securely in order for you to be able to cut those ear tabs off. So throwing a wig grip on and then throwing that wig back on my head, now it's super secure. I wish you could feel the difference, but before I felt like I was kind of tenuously keeping the wig on my head. Now this wig isn't shifting, it's not moving, it's not going to go anywhere. So losing those ear tabs now matters even less than they did before because this wig grip is holding it on. So let's maybe we should just cut the other ear tab off so you can see what you might have to go through in order to lose the ear tab. So we've established the purpose of ear tabs. It's to provide coverage, it's to provide some security, maybe a snug fit on the sides, and the wig is going to fit more of your head when you have that extra real estate there. The cons: can be hard to wear glasses. It can make the wig a little tighter if the wig is already fitting you small. Getting rid of those ear tabs is going to loosen it up on the sides. And if you're going to blend your bio hair anyway, maybe you don't even need those ear tabs. So let's cut it off and see what happens. I do want to caution you, you have to be careful how far down you cut because you don't want to cut the cap and then you've got nothing holding the cap together there. So you can't just willy-nilly cut this whole thing off. You do have to leave a little bit in order for that cap to stay together. And how that lace is attached is also going to matter. And so this does have extended lace. So I'm going to be cutting into that lace just a little bit as well. And so it might take you a little bit of time to figure out exactly where you want to cut. So I'm just going to make sure I'm leaving some of the ear tab and I'm going to start cutting above where it's connected to the cap. So I'm just cutting it through. Oops, sorry, I want to make sure you guys can see. The trick is not cutting myself while I'm trying to stay in the camera, right? So I'm just kind of cutting up at an angle. And there, I got it. Well, I didn't want it to fall on the ground, but obviously I'm losing hair as I'm cutting off the ear tab. So that's, the scary part is you're losing hair and you don't know how is this going to fit you afterwards. I strongly recommend you use an old wig. Maybe wait until you have a wig that you've sort of worn out. If you can find a wig on Amazon that doesn't have ear tabs or that has ear tabs, you can practice with an Amazon wig before you cut into a more expensive wig. That's probably a really good idea because you got to get a feel for it first. All right, so now I'm just pulling it down. So I cut off the sides and now I've got no ear tabs on either side. So then I'm about to break into a sweat. So then I want to make sure I'm pulling my bio hair out on either side so I can blend. And again, you wouldn't even be able to tell if I had root touch-up powder on my hair. But the good thing about not doing that is you're able to kind of see what's my hair and what the wig hair is. But now I've pulled out my own hair. I've got no ear tabs on the sides. I don't feel any of that extra bulk on the sides there. Glasses are going to go in seamlessly because I don't have any ear tabs in the way. It's just really, to me, it's actually a lot more comfortable. It's a lot less oppressive to not have those ear tabs there. As a matter of fact, I've never cut ear tabs off a wig before. I may consider cutting ear tabs off some of my wigs just because it is so comfortable. But again, I've got bio hair to blend, and that really is the key. Let's summarize. Ear tabs do serve a purpose on wigs. Whether or not that purpose serves you is another story. And really, each of us has to find our own way. We all have to figure out, what do we need our wigs to do for us? And what are we comfortable with? For many, the ear tabs are necessary and you're not going to be doing this to your wigs. But for some, you are struggling with your wigs, and one of the reasons why is the ear tabs. They're just in the way. They're not serving you at all. So I recommend getting yourself a cheap wig, whether it's on Amazon, whether it's maybe a budget-friendly Paula Young wig on clearance, or on the secondary market. Maybe you can find a wig sister in one of the Facebook groups who has an old wig that they just haven't thrown away yet, and they're willing to send it to you for the cost of shipping so that you can practice. There's lots of ways to do this, but you're never going to know whether or not getting rid of those ear tabs is the right choice for you until you try it. So know that it's a viable option. This wig isn't coming off my head. It is secure. This wig grip is holding it on. I do not have to worry about these ear tabs now making this wig not sit on my head. It is perfectly, it's literally, this wig isn't going anywhere. I am not shaking this wig off. I did not need these ear tabs to keep the wig on my head. There may have been other reasons why I wanted the ear tabs, but just keeping it on my head, the wig grip is doing a great job of that. So don't worry about that part of it necessarily, but how the wig fits you also matters. So there's lots and lots of variables, lots of factors, but I'm looking at myself going, whoo, maybe I should straighten out my wig a little bit. It's just a viable option for you to potentially tuck away in the back of your brain for the future. Maybe you're not ready to do it now, but now you know it might be something you could do if you need to. I hope this helped. Look in the comments, see if anybody else had some suggestions. Hit that like button, please. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.
Hey friends, thanks so much for watching. Here are a few videos I think you might enjoy. Go ahead and click on one and watch.